When we think about selling something, this is not an easy task. And it's something that I have learned in the very crazy way. One thing is that we learn in Toastmasters how to become amazing public speakers. But I have noticed one gap in the program. There is nothing that helps us how to design outstanding presentations, how to attract to the people, how to sell an idea effectively. When you use a helper like a PowerPoint, it's like great powers comes great responsibility. Because I have seen so many things that when you're trying to sell something and use this, everything can mess it up. And how did I learn it? Please. Competitions. I am a challenger. Since I am a small kid, I love competitions. These are some of the competitions that I've been involved. Microsoft Imagine Code, Cisco Switch Challenge, NASA. All these places have taught me that when you try to sell something and you need to use this, it's not only about your super outstanding handsomeness. How important is your speech? How awesome is your elevator speech? But how effectively you design a presentation, and when you go to the judge, they will understand what you're trying to do. All of us, we have experienced this. The copy-paster. We live in the times that everybody wants to copy everything at once and do it as fast as possible. Why is bad? We will know it later. Followed by this. Bullet point master. Outstanding bullet points that I see this, I want to kill myself and get out of the place. And that's the experience of all the judges. I discovered a trick how to improve this, and we will know it later. A Polish friend is the person during the Magic of the last year. She taught me that trick how to get rid of this, but we will know it later. Close this. The charts, stars. How many people will ever care about this? 90% of people will never care about this, and they will ignore it when you're trying to sell anything. It doesn't matter your experience, your knowledge, the person who are there, they will not care. If you remember Steve Jobs' presentations, I've never remembered that in his keynotes he ever used those charts, because people don't understand them. And you feel like this. Cool. You don't want to take and consider any attention. So what's the golden key of a successful presentation? Which one do you think it is? Go. Feel free to answer.
Emotion.
No. Try again.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Close. Not exactly.
Make it funny.
Not exactly.
Nice picture.
It's close, but not.
Right.
Let's go next. As less text as possible. This is the key when you are selling anything in front of the judges. Those people do not understand, they do not have time, and they need to focus on other things. People tend to read 200 words per minute. Cool. Imagine when you are bored as with that chart, and when you are the copy-paste master. That value will be decreased to maybe 50 or 15 words per minute, or even less. And that's why when you don't use it in the right way, presentations can be a problem. So how to improve this? Well, we will see the last and the interesting mistake. Images are powerful tools. But let's avoid this. How many of you read the title first? Please raise your hand. Most of people make the simple mistake. This is looks like an outstanding place that I want to go to during my next summer, but in fact, please go ahead. Go ahead. This happened next to my house, like 11, let's say, yes, 16 years ago. That happened 500 meters from my house. I live it, some of my friends died there, and this is the problem. To use images, the images should be meaningful and understandable in any presentation. Don't try to mix them, because images are cool, but if you don't mix them effectively, people will not understand and they will get lost. Now, let's move for the tricks that I have learned when I'm selling ideas to other people. The first one, avoid technical words and jargons. Man, when you are trying to sell something, and try to use these words like PHP, Oracle, Azure, 90% of people who are next to you will not get any idea of what you're talking about, and they will ignore, and later it will be, oh, take my phone, start to read, and don't put attention on what you're doing. The second trick, adapt your speech to your audience. Yeah, here we have a very group of aristocratic people who understand what you're saying. But if you try to sell something to people who are less knowledgeable, let's say, let's go further. Like these guys, some of the people that I taught once, these people, in my country there are two kinds of degrees, the engineers and the technicians. For being an engineer, you study 5 years. This guy studied only 2 years. They focus on how to survive starvation and how to get any job as fast as possible. You cannot come with those theoretical knowledge or ideas because they will not care. And that's why we need to focus on important things when we sell an idea effectively. The other one, if you use these kind of, let's say, concepts, do it as short and choose the simplest one for the people. Think in the majority of us, not focus that when I am at the best one, I will use the most sophisticated words. Because when that happens, you only do something. You touch the most worthy thing of the people, their ego. And if you don't that ego, because they don't understand it, they will not care about what they're saying, they will just ignore it. And now, how to get rid of the bullet points. You have this, and my Polish friend, please go ahead, taught me this simple technique. You use images, use simple phrases, and when you're selling it, you don't need to read it. People will focus on the image because the image provided them an example and an idea effectively of what they are doing. How to do it? I suggest you this application called Draw.io. It's totally free and you can create your own templates like I already have. If you want to use them, I can provide you my one. You can use it, it's by free, and you will not get rid of those special situations. A second other trick, remember always use PNG. When you use charts with a meaning, with a meaningful understanding. Numbers are more understandable. If you tell me, well, the company increased their earnings in 300%, what does it mean 300% for me? But if I said, there are 370 million people with this disease, you catch attention of people. Use material colors. In my country, we call them cake colors. You don't need to do any research because many people, when they are doing this, they say, but I am not an artist. I don't know about designs. I don't know how to select the right colors. We will already do this research for you. You can enter to the Google palette, and they already provide you all the combinations that will get you rid of that crazy situation that I need to go to my super graphic designer friend that he could tell me and ask me for thousands of dollars. You get it by free, by Google, and it's online. Choose the right icons. I recommend you material design icons, totally free. You don't need to pay. And also, you can configure them, add the colors that you want, and download them at your own benefits, totally by free. You can use Icon Finder, get them by free too, other ones by pay, and do it most importantly. But the final secret for being a good seller is not this one about the animations, it's something more. You need to break the fourth wall and do what people think is impossible, because the only limit when you are selling something is to display to the people something that they can feel, something that they can touch, and something that they can know. And believe me, this little trick that I'm telling you is one of the reasons why I lost a competition called Mobile First Tuesday App Contest, because the person did something like this. Touch Alan, word. They gave it to the judges that no one expected this movement, and this killed everyone. No one was even closer to his idea, because when you are able to do this and break the fourth wall in any selling, you are done. It's not crazy, it's not anything else. It's to do what other people think it's impossible. Break the fourth wall and start changing your life and create awesome presentations. Thank you.